I cannot wait to talk about that. All the games, though, are done in Week 10. We can't start talking about Week 11 until tonight because it's Monday Night Action. We'll preview that in a bit. But who won the week so far?
All right. Who won the week for Week 10 is interesting to me because I think it builds up to the season. And I think we gave Sam Darnold a lot of love earlier in the year. Josh Allen had his big win in Minnesota. You look at some of the other rookies, Josh Rosen. Baker Mayfield was the best quarterback in all of football yesterday. He was unbelievable. He started off the game 12 for 12. And some of these plays, this pass here in the first quarter, this is an unbelievable pass. Be rolling out to your right side on the run, hitting a receiver deep. And to do this, just a few weeks removed from seeing not only your head coach, but your offensive coordinator shown the door and fired, means that you are doing something and you're doing it with a lot of adversity already earlier in your career. And then to not only walk the walk, which he did and had an amazing outing, to talk the talk afterwards. Browns fans, I don't know how you cannot be excited for this. Check out what they asked him. How'd you feel today, and why was it different than previous weeks? Look what Baker Mayfield had to say to reporters.
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
Care to expand on that?
I just woke up feeling real dangerous.
You got all the sauce.
It's not only the comment, it's the look.
Yeah.
Like that blank eating grin. Like, I know what I got going on.
Cheshire cat.
Cheshire cat. Like,
It is
he won the week.
Dangerous.
I'm excited for the Browns right now, and Baker Mayfield's the reason why. He was awesome yesterday, and he answered a lot of doubters who said this team was going down the drains once they fired all those people. He looked awesome, and he is the future of the Cleveland Browns.
He has that element to him that you talk about with Aaron Rodgers and getting in the club. Don't let him get hot. Don't let him in the club. I feel like that's going to be Baker Mayfield next generation.
Kate, that's a perfect segue because I'm looking at the Indianapolis Colts. They started this season 1-5. And they've won 3 games in a row. It's interesting because Frank Reich, neither in college or pros, has no history of comebacks whatsoever. He's never done it. It's not in his fabric, but he's found a way to win 3 in a row. Andrew Luck is white hot right now. I'm not saying that as a dumb joke, Nate. He is scorching hot. The craziest stat I've seen is that Andrew Luck hasn't been sacked in 4 straight weeks.
Crazy.
The guy who's made a living getting sacked. And you want crazy. The Colts tweeted this out. Now, hold on. Before we run it, we've been talking about Quentin Nelson on this show for months and months like a folk here. We've had his head on sticks as an offensive guard. We've hyped him as a demigod and a Hall of Famer. Wait till you see how he handles himself on the field. Roll the Quentin Nelson Wilhelm screen. This is nuts. This is...
It's mic'd up.
That is Quentin Nelson mic'd up in a guttural scream pulling on the field.
Losing his mind.
Just over and then just leveling a Jaguars defender.
Kyle, he was the offensive rookie of the month
At guard.
At guard.
It wasn't any of these quarterbacks or an offensive guard, and now he's starting to live up to that Paul Bunyan deal with the screams. How terrifying is he? He won the week as well as the Colts.
Andrew Luck hasn't been sacked in how many games?
4.
Literally paint on him, and he's like, freedom!
Right.
Like he's Braveheart, which was amazing.
Oh, fireballs from his eyes and bolt of lightnings from his arse.
You guys have really sort of taught me to look at all the extracurriculars that are going on, not just the play and what's happening. And he was not a rookie out there. And as far as communicating and going back and forth with these Jags defenders who we know talk a lot and have a lot of energy about them. He was like, get away, go away, go away. I'm like, he's looking like a 10-year vet out there talking to these guys, towering over them.
It's true. Those 10 toes were up towards the roof of the ceiling, pancakes.
Could you imagine that coming at you? Oh, my gosh. Nightmares about
that. So nobody does that? That's weird.
Guys don't do that.
That's how you do that in 8th grade.
I don't know. It seems like a good strategy.
It's something a football player would do in a movie, and you'd be like, nobody does that in real life.
John Favreau in The Replacement.
Yeah, Latimer. No one does that. Quentin. What a maniac. Like a Tarzan.
I love it, though. He leveled the dude.
It's amazing.
Offensive player of the month at guard. I love that.
Oh, it's good.
Most impressive to me is just what the Chargers are doing because they're beating teams that they should be beating, and you can't. Don't talk to me about their schedule. They only play what they can play, and they're now standing here at 7-2. They're not too far from the Chiefs. The Chiefs taking on the Rams. There's a pretty good chance, those two teams so evenly matched that maybe they gain some, make it the gap a little bit closer after Week 11 is said and done. Over this winning streak, guys, 6 straight, which is impressive in and of itself. They're allowing the fewest points in the league, 15.5 points. Melvin Gordon doing his thing. He always does. I feel like they're right there in the division. They're in prime spot with their wild wild card situation and with a 2-game lead in the wild card because the Bengals lost to the Saints. I'm loving it. They look good. They're beating teams they're supposed to beat. Don't tell me that, they beat the Raiders. It's Raiders fans telling me that, by the way.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Self-loathing. I get it.
They won the week, in my opinion. Philip Rivers, everything's executed pretty flawlessly. You're supposed to win by big, and you did.
No doubt.
All right, who won the week? Don't sleep on those Steelers. I still feel like
You're going back.
I'm going back, and I know we have fast food football, so we forget the last meal that we had. But that Panthers-Steelers game was unbelievable. And the position they're in, starting with the beginning of the season where we thought it was over. Remember we were really questioning if this was going to fall apart, if Tom was going to be there, Big Ben retiring.
Yeah, sure.
They don't have Le'Veon Bell. What's going on with this team? And over this win streak they've had, the number 2 defense in the league. Their offense is number 4 in the league. That guy right there, Juju, Antonio Brown, both in the top 20. Oh, and James Conner, James Conner, the charity case, the guy that we cheer for because
it's a nice story.
He beat cancer. It's a nice story. That dude's number 2 in the league in rushing. And he's number 3 in touchdowns with 10. This dude is having a monster season. This team is hot. And not just the offense, I'm mentioning them, but that defense is playing like old school, hard-nosed, mid-90s Pittsburgh Steelers football. They're putting their shoulder in the middle of guys' chest and putting them into the dirt. This could be that team that catches fire at the right time. It's November. December's going to come around. And with the Patriots backpedaling, trying to figure out who they are, trying to figure out what their identity is.
Get them.
Steelers know who they are. They know exactly what they do. Big hits, big plays in the air, and tough running with James Conner.
Oh, man.
Does this deadline come and go and he's not showing up?
It's so funny because if you're reading Rap Sheet's Twitter feed or if you're following any of the insiders, it's like he's not going to come on Tuesday at 4 p.m. But if you have been following Le'Veon Bell this entire year, we've been led so many different directions and he's zigged and everyone else has zagged that I can't say 100% that he won't show up on Tuesday at 4 p.m. There is
because he's in Pittsburgh, right?
He's there.
He's in Pittsburgh.
He's there. And at 3:59, if he walks in the door,
Why don't you come by?
why don't you come back?
Come on by, man.
Because you know what, Kay? $6 million are at stake. Now, we know $14 million is for the year, but if he doesn't walk in that door at 4 p.m., he is handing over $6 million, which basically means I am sacrificing my entire salary for the entire season over this cause, which the cause is for himself and the running back. It doesn't necessarily feel like it's for the Steelers. So we'll see what happens, but 4 p.m. tomorrow is the deadline, and all indications say he's not going to show up. We've been fooled by Le'Veon Bell before.
I have a feeling Aditi Kinkhabwala will be on Lev watch until
Gotta check
then.
them local gyms, man.